Hey guys, welcome back to Harrison Hustle. Today I'm going to be shooting the breeze, positives and negatives about one of the top wrestlers for the past 20 years, Triple H. The reason why I chose to use the cartoon is because there's times where he's funny and good, but then there's also times where he's just a joke. So I'm going to touch on all the highs and lows throughout Triple H's career that I'm familiar with. Maybe a little bit behind the scenes, but let's just get into it. Obviously, when he came in, Triple H was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, like a prissy boy, snooty type character. I couldn't stand him, didn't see that character going anywhere. Um, Best thing about that character was when I watched Ultimate Warrior, just bowl right over him, just run through him in like a minute or so, not even, and that was pretty much it. And that to me was like, okay, this is where this character should be. He's a jobber. Couldn't stand Triple H at the time. But I did like his in-ring work. I just couldn't stand the character. And I mean, I was young back then, but I could see like the guy was talented. And after that, when he became, Degeneration X with Shawn Michaels, that was phenomenal. I was a huge fan of DX, still am to this day. Those guys were awesome. And for a bit, I was like, okay, they're funny together, but I felt like Triple H was riding Shawn Michaels' coattails. Um, Shawn Michaels was a big star, one of the best in the ring of all time, maybe AJ Styles. But anyways, um, definitely, I thought he's good, but I feel like he's just getting the limelight because of Michaels. So once Shawn Michaels got injured and Triple H took over Degeneration X, I thought it was just going to be watered down, just garbage because without Michaels, the chemistry's not going to be there with Triple H, and so it was Triple H, China, X Pac, um, and the New Age Outlaws, who I was a huge fan of the New Age Outlaws, thought they were great. Road Dogg and badass Billy Gunn, they were really really good. And that version of DX, it really impressed me. I mean, Triple H really took over and the prominent role and really just handled it really well and made himself a household name by doing that and showing like, hey, I don't need Shawn. I'm not riding his coattails. And that proved it to me as a fan, and I don't know if it proved it to anybody else. Um, but he definitely did great work. Moving into like more into the Attitude Era with the whole the test thing, and then he marries Stephanie McMahon, and cool storyline. Thought that was really well done. Um, Unfortunately, obviously behind the scenes, it was, I guess, he cheated on China because he was with China in real life, and they broke up, and China got put with Eddie Guerrero, which they did great together. They're both talented. Eddie's Eddie. Thumbs up for him for sure. And they did great, and the Mamacita thing and all that. But then China really got just phased out and left the company, and she was a big important um, figure for Triple H's career in the beginning. I mean, she really was, and part of DX, and she did a lot of things that no one else had done. Um, and it was unfortunate what happened, and you can't blame Triple H, I guess, unless there was politics behind the scenes. I don't know. But, I mean, he fell for Stephanie McMahon over China. And, I mean, not to be rude, but, Stephanie McMahon's like a million times better looking than China, in my opinion. So, obviously, you can't blame the guy. Boss's daughter, stuff like that. Get your foot in the door. And then, when I think back on it, I think, did he just play politics his entire career? I mean, is that how he got where he is today? Did he actually ride Shawn Michaels' coattails, get into the limelight, just happen to get lucky that Michaels got hurt, but then he did carry it himself, so you can't really, you can't really blame him for that. With the whole Stephanie McMahon thing, I don't know. They've been together a long time, so maybe he was doing it out of love. I don't know. And after that, basically when him and Ric Flair, and then they did the Evolution thing with Triple H, Ric Flair, Batista, Randy Orton. What a solid group. I mean, a really solid group. You had two young up-and-comers, Batista the Beast, Randy Orton, just the Viper, and I'm a big Randy Orton fan. I think he's great in ring, great character. Maybe not lately with the whole Bray Wyatt crap, but anyways, sticking with Triple H. Evolution was awesome. I really liked the way they did it. Randy won the belt, and just how they went about Evolution. I thought Triple H did a great job. Became the King of Kings is what he's called himself, and doing all that stuff. And once Evolution ended, I got tired of Triple H. What really irked me about him was when you had WrestleMania back to back with Michaels and Undertaker. We know the first one was better than the second, but the second was no slouch. Then you had two great matches. Well, where do you go from there? Well, now you've got Triple H going with the Undertaker back to back. So, number one, back in the Attitude Era, Triple H could wrestle Undertaker. He was on the same level. Undertaker at WrestleMania, Triple H is not on his level. Should never have wrestled him twice at WrestleMania. Not even, maybe once, but not twice. He didn't deserve it. Shawn Michaels deserved it. Triple H did not. I was so pissed off because I was like, Taker, man, you should be facing, bigger, badder, better than this guy. Because I felt like Triple H had fizzled out at that point. And then, well, fairly recently, I guess. I mean, he kept doing these comebacks. I know he's working behind the scenes, and I feel like WWE's gotten lazy since he's been working behind the scenes. They've done some cool stuff. They do bring back a lot of legends and stuff like that, and I really, really appreciate that because I love seeing, my boyhood heroes and all the people that I enjoyed watching when I was a kid. And I like that aspect, but I just feel like the creative team sucks, and obviously he's a higher up, and I feel like they've gotten lazy, but I do feel like he's done a lot of things right. But getting into the whole authority storyline, when we had Vince versus Austin, that was an authority storyline. That was phenomenal, really well done. The authority, all they did was kind of, how would you put it? I mean, the corporation. Remember the corporation? Rock was corporate champion, all that crap. Well, they kind of just redid that. They just kind of took that. And I got tired of seeing Triple H and Stephanie on TV all the time, battling with the same people. And then they got goons, and he had Samoa Joe as, he cheated to get Kevin Owens the belt and all that. I just didn't care to see Triple H anymore. And the comebacks keep happening. And to bring it to what really pissed me off with Triple H is why in the fuck did he get to wrestle Sting at WrestleMania and not The Undertaker? Undertaker Sting is what everyone wants to see, and now we're never going to see it. Because they wasted a WrestleMania, I feel. They had Sting face Triple H. Triple H, you're not on Sting's level. You're not a fucking icon. You're not a legend. You are a B-plus player, and you're good behind the scenes for the most part. Some stuff you kind of suck at, unless it's not you fucking it up back there. But as far as being a top-notch guy like Sting or Undertaker, no. We want to see those guys clash. We don't need you around. Okay? You go ahead and face Seth Rollins. I thought that was cool. He beat you with your own move. That was a cool WrestleMania moment. But don't ever say that you're in Sting's realm, because you're not. He is an icon. The guy's a living legend. He's phenomenal. And we lost out on an Undertaker-Sting WrestleMania match because you had to face Sting. And not only that, but you had to win. That's just horseshit. It's fucking horseshit. The only cool part of that match I liked was, DX was out there, NWO was out there. That was cool. But I didn't want to see you out there at all. And then this is my rant on Triple H. Like I said, it started positive, but it really ends negative. I know that He's had a great career. He's been champion X amount of times. I believe it's 13 or 14. You know, um, another positive, he didn't retire Ric Flair. Um, Shawn Michaels did, and rightfully so. Triple H didn't, and thank fucking God, because Triple H didn't deserve that either, and I'm glad it never happened. But the fact that he got to face Undertaker twice at WrestleMania should never have happened. And the fact that he got to face Sting at WrestleMania instead of the Undertaker facing Sting is just a complete fucking joke in my eyes. Um, that's my take on Triple H, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever the hell you want to call it.